Hi, we're the Solace family, and these are moments from our round the world trip with our two kids. We first started in South America, made our way to North America, flew over to Asia, went down to Africa, and now we're in Europe.
We started in Croatia because our goal was to take a road trip around the Adriatic Sea, starting in Dubrovnik and ending in Rome with a little detour in Austria. Now we were in Austria heading back down to Italy so we could do the last portion of our road trip. And this is where travel got real. And we want to share this story with you because travel is not all sunshine and rainbows. And this is the dark side of travel, the time we got robbed in Italy. It's our final moments here in Austria. We truly loved it, but now we have a 6-hour drive between Vienna and Venice. Probably longer at the rate we Watch Martine coming out of the smallest parking ramp. Can you do it? Can he do it? Can you do it? Yes, no scrapes. You see these guys? They are for scrapes. You guys ready to go to Italy?
Let's do it.
Andiamo.
Sienna, you want to go to Italy?
Yeah, we'll go here.
We are approaching the Italian border and trying to quickly brush up on our Italian. And by brush up, I mean learn. Normally we spend a little bit more time learning at least the basics of a language, but because we're moving so quickly, we're having to do it as we approach the border. Okay, counting.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Your turn.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
My novice ear says you sounded pretty good. So it says where you're entering and then they charge you by kilometers. So that's it.
That's it.
Yeah. That's what we've been doing
okay.
in places that didn't have vignettes. That's what Croatia did too. All right, Martine, what did that run us?
Arrivederci.
Give me that.
18.7.
As we're entering Italy, we received a message from our Airbnb host saying that she was running a little bit late from work and that we should probably just go and get something to eat or go to a grocery store just to fill up some time before she could let us in.
And we really did need to do both of these things, but we don't normally go to eat or get anything from the grocery store until we've checked into our Airbnb, unloaded all of our valuables and our stuff, and also assessed to see what we actually need for the coming days. But given the fact that we couldn't check in and we were in this really small, nondescript town, we thought, okay, you know, we'll chance it. We'll just make a quick trip in.
And it really was a quick trip because with Seneca in tow, he was throwing a fit pretty quickly having gone into the grocery store, and so we came out within about 5 or 10 minutes.
So we get to Venice and we are heading into the grocery store so we can grab a few things before we check into our Airbnb. And we have a little surprise when we get back to our car. It's been broken into. I don't think they took anything, which is the most important thing. I think they may have been spooked or something before they were actually able to do any damage. But unfortunately, this is also going to put a kink in the next couple days as we're going to have to figure out the car.
I start to see little shards of what look like glass around it, and upon closer inspection, that a little triangle window in the front passenger side had been broken, and I thought, oh my goodness, somebody broke the window. But then I realized it was much worse. Someone had broken in and probably taken some things.
Now I have to figure out what to do. call police, car insurance company, notify this grocery store, notify my Airbnb host. There's always fun things to do. Now, I was initially really positive about all of this, or I was trying to be, because I thought, okay, it's a broken, damaged car, and that's gonna be a headache to deal with internationally with insurance or getting a new car or whatever that's gonna cost us. But I thought, you know, we're intact, we're safe, all of our stuff is still there, at least I thought, until I realized that they took, perhaps with a bit of good luck on their part, the most valuable bag in our entire car, my backpack, which contained basically all of my work supplies, my tech equipment, accessories, all of my camera equipment and my creative joy, my toiletries, and it had all of our like traveler information, health information, visas. So not only did they take a bag that was valued at about $5,000, they also had our identity too. Update here, minimally they stole my backpack, which had all of our important travel documents in it, and my makeup, so my face is not gonna look like this when I turn on the vlog tomorrow. I'm not sure, so I'm looking around now to see if potentially like they just threw it somewhere after they took what they want from it. I don't know, but I had like my electronics in there. Oh my, so I don't know what to do now, but I'm hoping that I find my bag and maybe they won't want my papers and all that stuff. So far, no luck. I'm trying really hard not to cry, because I'm pretty sure that there were some very important documents in there. And identity theft is a much bigger deal than, sorry, I'm looking around. Identity theft is a much bigger deal than, you know, electronics and items being stolen. Well, I've been walking around like a half an hour, maybe more, closer to an hour, and I haven't seen anything yet, unfortunately, and it's starting to get dark.
And once Allie came back, I went inside and I did my best with the zero amount of Italian that I know to explain that we had been robbed outside and we were looking for help. But I was talking to the cashiers and, you know, I was flustered and they were busy and no one ended up helping at all. They didn't bring out a store manager or anything like that, so.
Did you try to say it in Italian or English?
I tried to say it in Italian. Okay. I was like trying to use, Google Translate. So who knows what came through. I think they knew that, that we were actually robbed. So the next thing that we did was we called our Airbnb host, who did come right away. And then she served as our translator for the police. And I do have to say that in spite of her being helpful, I am and still am a little bit to this day, a little bit suspicious.
Yeah, me too.
Because she recommended this particular place and then we were immediately robbed as we went in. I mean, only 5 or 10 minutes. This was during the day. It was like a packed parking lot. There were a lot of people kind of coming in and out. I mean, really, it was kind of an ambitious robbery. Thankfully, it wasn't, violent or anything like that.
A quick update. Unfortunately, I did not find anything scouring the grounds of the grocery store and nearby trash cans, fences, bushes, etc. So now we dropped off the kids and our food, and I'm going to head over to the police station. The police met us at the parking lot, but didn't seem very hopeful about anything. In fact, they said they'd never dealt with a car break-in before, and kind of looked at me like I was crazy, which is frustrating. Several hours later, no backpack and basically no help, but maybe now I have a police report so that I can get a different car, because clearly the one that we're driving is not drivable anymore. The police didn't seem to think that I should be worried that my travel documents, including items that at the very least had my passport numbers on them. I had old visas in there and all of my immunizations and health records. They didn't seem to think that that was anything to worry about. I don't believe them, but I sure hope that's true. I hope they're right. I mean, I think the moral of the story is you don't leave anything of value in car, and then no matter what happens, it can't get taken. But there's just a little part of me as well that thinks, wow, that robbery happened really quickly. And on the first time in hundreds of days of traveling, we've let down our guard. So I don't know, I guess I'll carry that with me, but I will also carry with the advice that don't leave anything of value in your car. Good morning. It's day 2 following the break-in, and we are going to head into town and try to recoup some of the things that were stolen. For example, they took all of my electronic accessories and camera accessories. Most important being the electronic accessories right now, because I typically work while we are traveling, and I need, for example, a laptop charger, a mouse in order to be a good remote employee. So that's the first priority. Second priority is probably finding some toiletries and maybe even some makeup, because they took that too. And we have Au Naturel Allison today. I have a little bit of lipstick left because it's kind of a stain, so I'm rocking that 90s lip liner vibe. I hope that's coming back in style, because that's what you got today. Yep, still broken. All right, now to find an electronics store around here. Chocolate helps. Let's just say that. I'm so glad I had an expert shopping assistant. Look what she picked out. That's gonna help me get all the work done. Smash that to-do list.
I don't like those people who steal things.
I know, they're naughty. Oh, there's a car coming. But we're happy and healthy and we have each other. Nobody got hurt, right?
Yeah.
We still have each other. So we're moving forward. Now we're just killing time until we can trade in our car. We had to wait for a car from Croatia to come to the car rental agency here in Italy. Even though they let us drive to Italy, apparently they don't have an agreement where we can just use one of their Italian cars. So we're waiting for them to arrive. So what are we gonna do to kill time, Sienna?
Bakery?
Sounds like a plan to me. The most unceremonious snack time.
In the car.
In the car. Last moments in the car, hopefully. Still no call from this car rental agency, so we're just hanging around, eating. But we can't actually really go any place we want to because we're trying to stay in the airport vicinity. And today is rapidly deteriorating. That's donut number 2.
Do not.
I was feeling pretty down, but my dear Martine never disappoints. It's almost nighttime and I have to start working now, and I didn't think I had enough fuel, but he always makes sure it happens. No way! No way! There's been so much loss in Italy. I'm almost not ready.
Just hanging on by a little thread.
Do you think we can pull that out?
Should we try?
It came out!
Let me see your smile. I was not expecting to be so moved by her losing her first tooth. She's so cute and happy though.
My first tooth on the top.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did lose your lower teeth. Did I cry for those too?
I don't know.
Anyways, it kind of felt like I dropped her off for the first day at school or some kind of big milestone like that. This is my first baby and I just love her so much.
I love Mama too. Can we put on my pillow tonight if we clean off the blood? Okay. You do the air going through this big hole.
Oh goodness, it's a big hole.
Good evening. You will notice it is now nighttime. We are finally at the point where we can go get our new car. They have told us it's ready. I'm just grateful that wine flows as freely and inexpensively as water here, because I'm gonna need a lot of it. You ready, Freddie? I'm a little concerned because this place is a ghost town.
Oh, I see it.
I think that's a spot, finally. That wasn't good news. The woman on the phone told me after 8 p.m. because we were basically idling around the airport for 6 or 7 hours and we had 3 hours to go until 8 p.m. So we went home. I just got here and they said, no, you had to come before 8 p.m. We're only open until 8 p.m. So now I'm gonna break that to my team.
What's the word?
So do you remember how the woman on the phone told me the car won't be ready until 8 p.m. I'm so sorry that you've been waiting around the airport,
Yeah.
but we need a little bit more time to turn the car over. I went to the desk today and she said, we're only open until 8, so that's not possible.
That's why I asked if she spoke, if I asked you if her English was good.
She spoke perfect English,
Because
but
I
she's
thought-
also in Croatia, not
thought-
in Italy. So
I had
there's
this
probably
thought
some kind of telephone
as we were
game.
driving around right now, like, oh, I bet we had to be here before 8. Not on. Like,
She specifically told me that you need until after 8 o'clock. Because it was 5 o'clock when I talked to her. She said, we need more time to turn the car over. There's something happened. They didn't return the car as soon as they were supposed to, blah, blah, blah. So now we can come back tomorrow after 8 a.m.
oh my God, we just wasted our whole day on this.
Totally.
And we have 3 days here. We have tomorrow, which is not going to be eaten up by doing this.
We're going to Venice. We're going to see some canals. I'm not coming all this way. I don't give up that easy, Salas, and you don't either.
Somebody who's actually there?
There was a woman at the desk, but apparently there's nobody over where you get the cars. She made it seem like, I don't know why she was there. Like what?
Okay, so we
She's
need
not
to
very
call our
useful.
Croatian lady and let her know what's up.
I suppose we can, but what? At this point, what good is it? I don't like to yell at people.
Well, because we could get a refund on something, right? A credit, whatever.
No.
Yeah.
Do you want to call? I don't like making those calls.
Just because let her know she might actually just offer it.
That sounds like the least fun thing in the world to me. I just want to get our dang car and get back on with our trip. That's where I'm at. Cut my losses. So sleepy. I know it's so late, my little lovey. What do you have? Ooh. I think that's enough to buy something. This should be our last day with Miss Cleo. For real this time. Now to the airport for a third and hopefully final time.
Hi.
How you doing, Sienna girl? Are you able to talk yet?
Yeah, not very good. I'm not good at the S's and F's.
Good thing you have no S's in your name.
Sienna.
What's your last name?
Solid.
All right, so far I didn't have to pay anything and they didn't really ask any questions. I had provided all of the information beforehand to Croatia, but I don't know if that actually made it to the Italy folks. Anyways, now for a new car. Let's see what they give us. Maybe it's gonna be a Ferrari. Ah. Not a Ferrari, but we'll take it. To add a couple of behind the scenes notes, we were traveling with two kinds of insurance. The first is car insurance, international car insurance. that we bought through the car rental company. And then the second is just a kind of a general traveler's insurance. Now the car rental insurance covered, we believe, everything that happened with the car, you know, barring some mystery letter showing up years later down the road that we have to like replace the window and the door or some kind of crazy story like that. So that worked. But I'll add that we had traveler's insurance, the premium package from World Nomads, who are beloved by the travel community, and they didn't help us out at all, because if you have anything of value that's in the main part of the car, not in the trunk or the boot, which if you notice, our car did not have that, it's not covered. So we've been using them throughout our travels because they cover, you know, emergency evacuation, emergency room visits, lost baggage, all kinds of like travel stuff, and in some cases, issues like this. Apparently not this one. But we paid $500 for 2 weeks in Italy, not to mention thousands of dollars from all the places we've traveled earlier, and they didn't cover a dime. So although they, I think, generally have positive reviews, that just has not been our experience. So I wanted to throw that out there. But if you know of a better company that treats their travelers better or has less fine print, drop it in the comments, because we want to work with them.
In spite of the robbery, we are still determined to make this Italian road trip happen. So, we'll see you in Venice.